right, shalom, shalom. And first and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. A double honor to the apostles, elders, a great millstone. Salutations to you, Akim, pushing the work of truth and sincerity. Be willing toward the Lord and acknowledge his liberty towards you. Okay? And so, with this lesson, we're going to focus on the willingness towards the Lord's service. All right? We have examples with our forefathers, how they had a readiness mindset, how they were willing, all right, and they had like sort of a spirit of volunteering, you know, and they didn't do it in malice, you know, or anything like that. They did it, you know, through love, all right, through virtue. Okay, and it wasn't a burden to them, and it should be the same way for us in this ministry, you know. So again, we should have the spirit of volunteering, willingness, and a readiness mindset, okay, to do the work of the Lord, to deal with brothers, all right. And for the most part, I'm gonna let the scriptures do the speaking because it's a lot. And it's late, it's early, so let's go ahead and get into it. All right, we'll start with the Exodus 35 and 21. All right, bear with me. So Exodus, all right, 35 and 21. Okay, again, we're looking at the willingness of the example of willingness from our foreparents, Salaki. Exodus 35 and 21, it says, and they came, every one whose heart stirred him up, and every one whom the Spirit made willing. We're willing within this calling that we have, okay, because it's nothing that we're just doing on our own, okay. We're being led by the Spirit. We're being invigorated by the Spirit, all right? And they brought the Lord's offering to the work of the tabernacle of the congregation for all his service and for the holy garments. And they came, both men and women, as many as were willing-hearted, and brought bracelets and earrings and rings and tablets and all jewels of gold. And every man that offered an offering unto the Most High, it's like an offering of gold unto the Lord Yahweh. All right, it says, and every man with whom was found blue and purple and scarlet and fine linen and goat's hair and red skins of rams and badger skins brought them. Every one that did offer an offering of silver and brass brought the Lord Yahweh's offering. And every man with whom was found shittim wood for any work of the service brought it. And all the women that were wise-hearted did spin with their hands and brought that which they had spun, both of blue and of purple and of scarlet and of fine linen. All right? And all the women whose heart stirred them up in wisdom spun goat's hair. You see? And see, this is all, you know, this is like the tables that it speaks about in Acts. All right? But this applies to us and how we do, you know, how we come in our willingness toward the Lord to do his service, to do his work. And that relies that's dealing with the brotherhood. All right, of course, like I said, the service when we go out there in the highways and byways. All right, when we do our shows. Okay, and it's also mainly, and last but not least, and more importantly, your self progression and how you progress as a person. All right, and how you deal as a person, okay? So as you can see, all right, how this correlates, right? It says in spice, in oil for the light. And see, even the women with wisdom, what were they doing? They spun goat's hair, so they could have been making all sorts of raiment for the Lord's purpose, for the poor, what have you. All right, what are we doing this? We're doing this for the brokenhearted. We're doing this for the poor. We're doing this for the meek of the earth. That's why we study to show ourselves approved, and we get the understanding so that we may become teachers, and so that others who follow may become teachers, and so they can be filled with the Spirit, so we can get the hell up out of here, you know. And this is all for a purpose. This is all for a reason, all right? So it says the children of Israel brought a willing offering unto the Lord, Yahweh, every man and woman whose heart made them willing to bring for all manner of work, which the Lord Yahweh had commanded to be made by the hand of Moses, all right? So the Lord was dealing with Moses and told him, hey, make sure all, everybody bring, their offering, okay? And they did it out of a willing heart, all right? A volunteering spirit, all right? A readiness mindset, okay? And, just hold on to those. So Judges, the 5th chapter, all right? Okay, and this applies to the works, all right, that we do as well, okay, and the offerings that we bring, because again, the scripture said, "Be a living sacrifice," So, we have to sacrifice, and simply that's what, what we was just reading. They sacrifice their items, their wood. The shittim wood, the best of the best, the silver and gold. All right. So Salakia, Judges 5:1, it says, "Then sang Deborah and Barak the son of Abinom on that day, saying, Praise ye the Lord Yahweh for the avenging of Israel, when the people willingly offered themselves." Okay. It says, "Hear, O ye kings, give ear, O ye princes. I, even I, will sing unto the Lord Yahweh. I will sing praise to the Lord Yahweh, power of Israel. Lord, when thou wentest out of Seir," all right, Salakia. All right, it says, "Lord, when thou wentest out of Seir, when thou marchest out of the field of Edom, the earth trembled, and the heavens dropped, and the clouds also dropped water. The mountains melted from before the Lord Yahweh, even that Sinai from before the Lord God of Israel in the days Shamgar, the son of Anath, in the days of Jael. The highways were unoccupied, and the travelers walked through byways. The inhabitants of the villages ceased. They ceased in Israel, until that I, Deborah, arose. That I arose a mother in Israel. They chose new gods. Then was war in the gates. Was there a shield or spear seen among 40,000 in Israel? All right, and practically no. All right, and the Lord used Deborah, all right, to shame the men of Israel. All right. To raise up a woman, okay, because it's a male-dominant society, okay. A lot of people get their pennies in a bunch over this, and they want to put a crown on a woman so fast, but she only did what, she was led to do, okay. It says they chose new gods, and this is her. Then was war in the gates. Was there a shield or spear seen among 40,000 in Israel? She was in the spirit, all right, which a lot of, and it's crazy because a lot of women be in the spirit more than the men, so it says, my heart is toward the governors of Israel that offered themselves willingly among the people. Bless ye the Lord. All right. So my heart is toward the governors of Israel. This is what I believe. This is what Deborah is saying. That offered themselves willingly among the people. Bless ye the Lord. All right. So she was blessing the Lord because they were willing Israelites who offered themselves, man. All right, they offered themselves, man. All right, and we're not just speaking just and doing the service a little bit. It's more so for us, for the brotherhood as well, and mainly for the brotherhood and self-development. Your self-progression. Okay, how you moving, how you speaking, how you talking, are you willing, are you ready, are you using virtue as you how you speaking, all All right. Are you speaking good things? Are are you complaining all the time? You know, and for older brothers, they've been in the faith a little longer. We shouldn't complain in front of the younger brothers, man, because we're supposed to be looked up, looked towards as a symbol of strength, for them. All right, so that they may walk. All right. It says, they that are delivered from the noise of archers in the places of drawing water, all right, there shall they rehearse the righteous act. That's here, all right, of the Lord Yahweh, even the righteous acts toward the inhabitants of his villages in Israel. Then shall the people of the Lord Yahweh go down to the gates. Awake, awake, Deborah, awake, awake, utter a song, arise, Barak, and lead thy captivity captive, thou son of Abinom. All right. So I'm gonna cut it right there. I can actually read the whole chapter because it's good, but you can do it on your own time. But the point here is that she blessed the Lord because though she had men who were offered themselves willingly. Okay, why? To ultimately so that the will of the Lord would save Israel, man. All right, and that's what we do. We offer ourselves willingly. All right, as Romans the 12th chapter explains. Hey, check that. I wanted to get 1 Samuel 20:4 because that goes into how Jonathan, he didn't flake when it came to David and Saul wanting to kill David. All right, and it's just, well, I don't want to get it right now. But it just shows you a great, a great thing that the great generosity that Jonathan had towards David. Right, he was willing in that moment, even though his father Saul wanted to kill David. So Salakif, let's see. All right. Use virtue. Okay, so I say, and within our walk, okay, let's get Romans 12:1 really quick. So Salakif, because I got notes and stuff, and I gotta piece it together as I'm going. All right, so Romans 12:1, it says, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service. All right, so it's our reasonable service, what? To give up that sacrifice. But it has to be a holy sacrifice, okay? It has to be sincere, and that's the main thing. We have to be sincere about this. We can't hold no malice, no envy. We can't hold no grudges because the spirit won't be able to deal with you. It can't deal with you. All right? It's going to cast you out. All right? All right, so this is our dedicated service, not just towards going out there on the highways and byways, but toward one another. Okay? All right? So let me get Colossians 3:8. And I do want to reference the Elder Ariella from Dallas, man, who made that lesson a vital lesson, very important lesson, on how the culture, how you call it, the culture of structure, all right, because this is definitely part of the transcending wave that the Spirit is pushing through His elect, okay, to be better. All right, to be willing. All right, so it's Colossians 3. Just bear with me for a sec. Colossians 3:8. All right, Colossians 3:8, and it reads. It says, "But now." All right, and this the heading of this chapter says, "Put on the new self." Okay, And this is part of acknowledging the liberty that the Lord has towards you, or the grace that's in you. All right, you have the chance to become a new creature in Yahweh Shai, using all the different merits or virtue that Yahweh Shai is asking for. All right, being like Him, to put it short. So it says, but now, Colossians 3:8, but now ye also put off all these, all right, anger, wrath, malice, blasphemy, filthy communication out of your mouth. All right, and that's definitely dealing with brotherhood, and that's definitely dealing with doctrine, teachings. All right, and self-progression. You know, the anger, we gotta be mature. All right, that's what the long suffering is about. All right, the wrath, getting rid of the wrath, as the scriptures say, let not the sun go down upon thy wrath. Because the brother was going into that, you hold grudges. You know, brothers hold grudges for years. You know, we was just in a situation where a brother left the camp, man, and you know, it was like he was never here in the first place. You know, because of these anger, wrath, malice, blasphemy, filthy communication out of your mouth. You know, and the elder was going into that too. You know, gossiping. You know, and in the ego. All right, and this is what breeds that, man. And if it breeds that, then the spirit it can't deal with you. All right. So lie not one to another, seeing that ye have put off the old man with his deeds. All right, because what it says, because that old man was full of that. All right, it says, and have put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge after the image of him that created him. So we're after the image of Yahweh Shai. And what do Yahweh Shai? He says, learn of me, for I am meek, right? Also, this is, still dealing with Salakia, because I wanted to make a point. Salakia, I'm going to keep reading Salakia, they'll come back. It says, where there is neither, well, yeah, that's it. So it says, I have put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge after the image of him that created him. All right, so let's go to Matthew 5:41. Well, no, Matthew